Hello, my name is Chris,
And I'm Andy.
and we're from the band Turbowolf, and you're watching.
Loud TV.
Not without us. It was our first really big tour. Before that, we were playing like clubs and basements and all kinds of mad stuff.
It was kind of almost our first tour, I think.
Yeah,
We'd not really done anything tour-wise, I don't think.
yeah.
And
so
it was massive.
Yeah, it was massive. Like the first show was like 8,000 people
Yeah.
or something. So it was crazy, and we got on really well with the guys in Borgir, and we're hanging out, and it was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, this was like 8 years ago or something, so
Yeah.
I can barely remember it. But,
Yeah, 2010. Yeah.
yeah, it was rad. Yeah, and they took us on some of their own dates as well, because like Korn had a break in the middle, so Doom and Borgir were like, hey, come and play some shows with us. We're like, alright, cool. So we went and played some black metal shows, and that was cool too. As challenging as important as anything else, really, I suppose, as every album.
Yeah, if it doesn't feel like we're losing our minds, then we're doing something wrong. So we like to push ourselves and our music to...
And everyone who works with us.
Yeah, to the edge. and then go over the edge, and then stay there, over the edge.
This is why we have to wait so long in between our albums, because no one wants to work with us by the time we finish one, because we're so annoying. So we have to wait until they've forgotten how annoying we are, and then we can make another one.
No, it was tough.
I mean, we were completely on our own for most of it. This was the different thing. Like, you know, normally we're doing it in a studio with someone who's recording us, and, you know. But this time, like, our friend Tom, who's like a big record producer, he recorded the drums for us. And then we just did everything else at home ourselves. So it was just me and Chris sat in a room for months. So, yeah, we went completely insane, obviously, which you can probably hear in the music, I think, probably.
But we're all right now.
All right now.
The challenge is always for us is finding the music that we like out of just notes and random sounds and stuff. So I think that's the challenge, is like just making a body of work, particularly making an album, because you know it all has to work together to create an experience. You know. Yeah.
I think like the recording challenge for us as well is that we're always trying to make like new noises. Like, you know, if you want to sound like a garage rock band, then you just buy, you know, some good amps and guitars and you play them and it will sound like that. Whereas because we're constantly trying to make new weird noises, we don't know how to do it because they don't exist. So we have to do a lot of experimenting and try loads of options, and we don't even know what we're trying to make until we've made it. So, and then you have the problem that we're always like, well, that's a cool noise, but maybe we can make a better noise. So it goes on and on and on, you know. So that's, recording wise, that's one of the hard parts, knowing when to stop. Like, we often end up talking about this in interviews, but like, it's so boring how you know, pristine and sterile heavy music is at the moment. Not all of it, but a lot of it, you know. You got like, these bands have these incredible drummers that are really good at playing drums, and then they just remove them and replace them with samples, or like, you know, quantize them completely, and it's like, well, this doesn't sound like your amazing drummer anymore, you know. So like, we've got an amazing huge drummer and we just let him sound like a big man, which is great, you know. And I think it's scarier and more heavy if you've got mistakes and weird noise and everything's going wrong and it sounds like it's going to break. I don't understand why these bands make these perfect, boring albums. Like, I don't understand. You know?
Yes, like being safe doesn't evoke any kind of good feelings in me, really.
If you're trying to make like a shiny pop album, fine. But if you're trying to be scary, don't be safe.
I think it's an album that poses that question, and that's what we've tried to do, really. That's what I try to do in the lyrics, is for it to kind of dance around the topics and to pose lots of questions and to provoke some thoughts from the listener. So yeah, that's kind of the angle that I always take really when writing lyrics, is to consume a lot of information and then write it down in a sort of backwards way that hopefully stimulates someone's brain, the listener. I think that we're influenced by a lot of things. I'm influenced by a lot of things, but a lot of subconscious things, and I kind of like it in that way, because then it means that when I'm writing lyrics, it kind of comes out in a subconscious way as well, and I feel like I'm more channeling things that have come in, and I'm kind of guiding them out in a way that kind of makes sense, rather than giving my perspective on anything, because I think that's a bit kind of narcissistic, really, to tell everybody what I think about things. Who cares? Who cares what I think? I'm just trying to make other people think.
Freedom's a big topic at the moment, I think, and you've summed it up. You've answered your own question. Yeah, it's like freedom's a very interesting thing to consider at the moment, and it's something that's being used by people, as a badge or as an illusion, and there's a lot of interesting stuff around freedom.
Yeah, and there's lots of different kind of levels of it and what it means to people, and we're very lucky and like privileged to be doing what we're doing and have the freedom to create music and art and what we want to do. But yeah, it's a question. It's posing a question. That's what it's about. And no.
Maybe a little bit very recently, like our friends' idols are like doing really well and they're awesome. I to be honest, in the UK, I think like guitar music has been dying a bit recently. Like things like grime and stuff are like so huge and popular. I think people are like, I think the kids anyway are like kind of bored of guitar music at the moment, really. I guess it's more complicated than that, but and a lot of our friends' bands, like really good bands, have struggled, so it's been quite hard times, I think, for guitar music in the UK. But like just recently, like there's like a bunch of interesting sort of kind of punk rock bands like Idols, and there's some other sort of similar sort of bands that are popping up and doing well, so that's good. But no, I think in general it's not that great for guitar music at the moment in the UK.
It's still an underground pursuit, on the whole. Obviously there are some exceptions, but on the whole it feels very like underground still, which is cool. Whatever.
That's fine, just crack on. Things come in and out of fashion, don't they? It's just the nature of it.
Yeah, and we don't really feel. I don't think we feel really like a UK band or whatever. I don't think we really like identify with like a nation or something. I think we try and sort of transgress all those sort of ideas of borders and things like that.
Yeah, we're not interested in
That's kind of what music should be about, is escape and some kind of universality, that everyone can get involved. So,
and we're really fortunate that people in other countries seem to like our band as well, so we get to like travel to interesting places and leave boring, rainy old England alone as much as possible.